the equities markets is sustaining its bullish run with ARDOVA, Transcorp and Japaul Gold as top advances for the day. Imoh Okonkwo, research analyst at PFI Capital, joins me now for more market updates. Imoh, thank you for taking the time out to join us today. Let's get right to it. We're seeing, I suppose it's a mix of industrials and basically bellwether stocks holding up the rally at the market. But talk to us, to what extent and how much longer do you think the market can sustain this momentum?
Thank you so much for having me. The markets recently rebounded and started moving northward, and some of the bellwether stocks like Zenith Bank, Access Core has been driving the market upward in GTCO, and we expect the market to continue to move northwards as investors continue to take advantage of the Q3 financials of these stocks that was just very good against the economic headwinds that befell the country within this period between January and March. So we expect the market for the meantime, while we continue to expect the CPI for the month of April. We expect investors to continue to invest in equities, invest in stocks in this company for the next 1 or 2 weeks.
Right. I mean, in the meantime, investors are also keeping an eye on some, I suppose, market-moving news. News has been coming to the market. For instance, the Titan Bank acquiring a minority shareholders stake in Union Bank, the court granting separate approval for its a May 10th annual general meeting. Could you talk to us about that? I mean, how significant is this and any impact on the stock and the market?
Yes. The court granted Seplat the chancellor to hold their annual general meeting is a very good move. You know, for some time, Seplat has been very quiet, and we believe that if they are able, in this annual general meeting, if they are able to come out with plans that are okay by investors, that will help them to drive more profitability in the next coming quarters. For instance, just like when they released their Q1 for 2023, the revenue increased by over 37%, and they were able to increase their profits before tax over 3%. And we believe that if they are able to resolve some issues, some internal issues in the company, they will do better, and it will also become so positive in the market, whereby because it's a very big company, and it has a very large cap, and if they are progressive, the market will also be progressive.
Right. Now, also in the news is Transcorp. Transcorp has been in the news recently, and now the latest is that the company has received approval for the Abuja Disco acquisition. Just talk to us about how investors feel about this stock right now. Perhaps are you also reviewing your outlook for this stock in terms of perhaps from an EPS, a dividend yield perspective?
Oh, okay. Transcorp over time for the past 2 or 3 weeks has been doing well because of the drama that happened between the two billionaires, the likes of Femi Otedola and Tony Elumelu. And last week we experienced downward movement in their shares, but yesterday their share also appreciated by over 7.something%, and the reason being that the approval given to them by the federal government is also helped the share to turn upward, and that also is a good news because it will help the company to generate more revenue, because there will be an expansion in the company's activities, and that will definitely rake in revenue, and also it will be good news for investors.
All right. Thank you so much, Imoh. We'll leave it there. Thank you for giving us that update from the market. That was Imoh Okonkwo, research analyst at PFI Capital.